royal treasure, and the kingdom were no longer going to stay away from the numerous eyes of enemies that wished to control the region. The one who conquered Kangra fort was the king of Kashmir, Sreshta, in 470 AD. After Sreshta, Muhammad of Ghazni ransacked the fort in 1009 AD. He stole 7 lakh gold coins, 28-ton utensils made up of gold and silver, and 8 tons of diamond and pearls with him. You will be surprised to know that Muhammad of Ghazni was the first enemy to ever step his foot inside the fort. His attack was so swift and clever that the garrison commanding the fort and the town could not even close the gates of the city wall before enemies invading the fort. The next two attacks on the fort were made by Muhammad Tughlaq in 1337 and by Firoz Shah just 25 years later after it, in 1357. Another one later in 1540, which came from Khan Jahan, who was commander of Sher Shah Suri. Less than a century later, Akbar's son Jahangir successfully subdued the fort in 1620. At that time, Kangra was ruled by Raja Hari Chand Katoj. He was also known as Raja Hari Chand II. Mughal Emperor Jahangir, with the help of Surajmal, garrisoned the fort with his troops. Under Jahangir, Murtaza Khan, who was the governor of Punjab, was directed to conquer Kangra. But he failed on the account of the jealousy and opposition of Rajput chiefs who were associated with him. Then Prince Khurram, who was put in charge of the command. The siege of Kangra was pushed on for weeks. Supplies were cut off and hence leading to increase in problems for the army. The garrison had to live on boiled grass for days, which drastically led to starvation and death. After this siege of 14 months, the fort surrendered in November 1620. In 1621, Jahangir visited and ordered the slaughter of the bullock there. A mosque was also built within the fort of Kangra during his rule. Year 1781 saw the fort passing into hands of Jasser Singh Kanhaiya. This was the first time for revenge and Katoj power showtime. The Katoj kings owned great strategy and repeatedly looted Mughal-controlled regions. This directly resulted in the weakening of the Mughal control and aiding in the decline of Mughal power. In 1758, Ghamand Chand, who was the grandfather of Sansar Chand, has been appointed as governor of Jalandhar by Ahmad Shah Abdali. Using the position of power, he built army against the current ruler of that time of Kangra, who was Saif Ali Khan, and succeeded in recovering the ancient fort of his ancestors in 1789.